Have you ever met someone who just loves to talk? I mean, really, really loves to talk. Well, today I want to introduce you to a very special friend of mine. His name is Toni the Rabbit, and believe me, he is the biggest chatterbox in the entire forest. Toni loves to chat with anyone, anytime, and anywhere. No one is too tall, too small, or too far away for a good conversation. One sunny morning, Toni decided he wanted to chat with Mr. Giraffe, but Mr. Giraffe's head was way up in the clouds. Did that stop Toni? Of course not. He found the tallest ladder in the whole forest, leaned it against Mr. Giraffe's long neck, and climbed all the way up. "Good morning, Mr. Giraffe," he said, his voice full of cheer. "Isn't the view from up here just spectacular?" And so they chatted for hours, with Toni perched happily on his ladder, swinging his long ears as he talked. Later that day, Toni felt like a chat with someone a little more aquatic. He put on a tiny, rabbit-sized diving suit, complete with a little round helmet. He waddled to the edge of the sparkling blue pond and plopped right in. Down he went, until he saw a school of colourful fish swimming by. Of course, you can't talk underwater, but that didn't bother Toni one bit. He just started using sign language, wiggling his paws and twitching his nose to tell the fish all about his day. The fish, who had never seen a rabbit underwater before, were absolutely fascinated. They swam around him in circles, their fins fluttering with excitement as they listened to his silent stories. As evening approached, Toni thought of his friend, Mrs. Field Mouse, who lived deep underground. "I haven't talked to her all day," he thought. So he put on a little minor S helmet with a bright light on the front and found the entrance to her cozy burrow. He carefully crawled deep into the dark, earthy tunnel, his little light bouncing off the walls. "Mrs. Field Mouse, are you home?" he called out. A tiny head poked out from a side tunnel. "Toni, what a lovely surprise," she squeaked. Toni sat down with her and her family, and they chatted about the best roots to nibble on and the coziest places to nap at. But Toni's chatting wasn't limited to his neighbors. He had a nephew who lived in a completely different forest, far away. Every single day, without fail, Toni would call him on his dandelion phone. They would talk for hours and hours, laughing and sharing stories until the sun went down. They talked about everything and nothing. From the tastiest clovers they'd found to the funniest cloud shapes they'd seen. Finally, when the moon was high in the sky, Toni would head home. You'd think he'd be all talked out by then, right? Wrong. Even when he was all by himself, getting ready for bed, Toni would chat. He'd talk to himself in the mirror while brushing his teeth, recounting all the wonderful conversations he'd had. He'd talk to his favorite carrot-shaped pillow, telling it his plans for the next day. The only time Toni the Rabbit was ever quiet was when his eyes finally drooped shut and he drifted off to sleep, probably dreaming of all the new friends he would chat with tomorrow. So, if you ever visit the forest and hear a happy, non-stop chatter, you'll know who it is. It's not just Toni the Rabbit. It's Toni the Chatterbox. Who is the biggest chatterbox you know? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fun stories. Bye for now.